Okay, we good to go? Mic is good for you all? Great. All right. We had planned this to start after the U.S. was going to claim the gold, but now they're in overtime, so you all are going to have to keep me updated as to what's happening with the sudden death right now. But we are going to dive in here because Boston is looking to face down yet another winter storm this season, and one that is looking like it will be of historic proportions. So we're hard at work and have been preparing. It has been nonstop since the end of January with our teams going out, clearing snow, removing it, melting it, going back for more. And we are now, at this point in 2026, already more than 40 inches of snow accumulated in Boston and potentially getting a whole lot more starting Sunday night. The National Weather Service has issued a blizzard warning for Boston, and we're expecting heavy snowfall, strong winds, and pretty dangerous conditions with how fast the snow will come down as well, with dangerous travel conditions beginning later today and continuing into tomorrow. This is a very serious storm that has the potential to be a historic nor'easter. Because of that, we're declaring a snow emergency and parking ban starting at 2 p.m. today. Starting at that time, all vehicles parked along snow emergency arteries will be towed. Our teams are already out across every neighborhood, pre-treating the roads, and we'll have more than 900 spreaders, plows, and other pieces of equipment on the roads for the storm. Public Works spent yesterday melting snow at our 13 snow farms to create more capacity, and we'll have crews out in force throughout the duration of the storm and for the cleanup afterwards. And we need every resident to do your part too. Please make plans to stay inside, stay warm, do not be on the roads. We're seeing that the rate of snowfall could be upwards of an inch, 2 inches an hour. That will be whiteout conditions, and so we need everyone to just be inside, stay warm, stay safe, and let the plows do their work. The fewer vehicles on the streets, the faster our teams can clear roads and respond to emergencies. If you absolutely must travel, please use extreme caution and go very, very slowly. For non-emergency issues during the storm, please call 311 or use the 311 app. Or if you see anyone who needs immediate assistance outside, someone who might be experiencing homelessness or appears disoriented or underdressed outside in the cold, or anyone in distress, please call 911 right away and our teams will be out there to help. Our shelters are open and available at any time of the day. In terms of city operations, I know here's the one that the kids are waiting for. All Boston Public Schools will be closed on Monday, February 26th. All Boston Public Schools will be closed on Monday, February 23rd, 2026. That includes central offices as well, and all BPS extracurricular activities, sports, and programs scheduled for Sunday night and Monday will be canceled. Boston City Hall and our municipal buildings, including the Boston Public Library branches, BCYF community centers, will also be closed on Monday. Online services will be available and our city workers will be working remotely. Trash and recycling service will be delayed by 1 day in all neighborhoods, and nighttime street sweeping on main roads, arteries, and commercial streets will be canceled until further notice as we get the snow cleared. Bulk item collections and mattress collections will be canceled tomorrow as well. During the snow emergency, parking is prohibited in Boston Public Library and Boston Public Schools parking lots, and vehicles parked in these lots will be towed. Space savers. Residents may use space savers only for 48 hours after the end of the snow emergency. And please remember that they are not permitted at all in the South End or Bay Village. So just a quick reminder for residents about snow removal responsibilities. Property owners must fully clear snow, sleet, ice, and everything from the sidewalks and curb ramps abutting their property within 3 hours after the snowfall ends, or 3 hours after sunrise if the snow ends overnight. Curb ramps and pedestrian ramps must be cleared fully and continually to ensure accessibility for individuals with disabilities and everyone trying to get around later. And if the storm continues for an extended period, property owners are expected to check and re-clear as needed. So just to be very clear about that, because we've gotten so much snow already, I know our city responsibility is to make sure emergency vehicles, school access, the major thoroughfares and roadways are cleared. Sidewalks are the responsibility of property owners, whether it's in front of your business or in front of your home, and that means clearing the sidewalk, not just in front, but all the way through and to the crosswalk and the ramp there. That is really important for everyone to be able to get around. And I know it can be frustrating when you see that the plow has come back through and then snow has gotten pushed back over, but it is your responsibility to keep that clear all throughout that time. And we will be going through removing that snow, so that we'll hopefully be easing that on everyone as well. Please stay up to date by signing up for Alert Boston notifications. You'll get those by phone, text, or email, so you can get the latest information as conditions evolve. Boston is no stranger to nor'easters, but this is going to be a big one. We've dealt with them before, and we're ready to work in close coordination with the state, the MBTA, our city partners, and our community members to clear our roads and keep everyone safe. So please, stay home, stay warm, stay safe, and do your best to check on your neighbors, your family, your friends, and ensure that everyone else has what they need as well. The more that you can stay inside, stay off the roads, that gives our crews the space to do their work, to do it fast, and to make sure that we can get back open as quickly as possible. So I'm going to just repeat my remarks in Spanish, and then I'll hand it over to our Superintendent of Schools, Mary Skipper. Buenos días. Estamos declarando una emergencia de nieve y una prohibición de estacionamiento que empezará hoy a las 2 de la mañana. A las 2 de la tarde. A partir de esa hora, todos los vehículos estacionados en las vías principales designadas para emergencias por nieve serán remolcados. Por favor, hagan planes para permanecer en casa y evitar las carreteras siempre que sea posible. Cuantos menos vehículos hayan en las calles, más rápido nuestros equipos podrán despejar las vías y responder a emergencias. Si tienen que viajar, háganlo con extrema precaución. Para asuntos que no sean emergencias durante la tormenta, llamen a 311 o utilicen la aplicación 311. Si ven a alguien que necesita ayuda inmediatamente, una persona sin hogar, alguien que parezca desorientado o mal vestido para el frío, o cualquier persona en peligro, llamen a 911. Los refugios están abiertos y disponibles a cualquier hora del día. En cuanto a las operaciones de la ciudad, todas las escuelas públicas de Boston y las oficinas centrales estarán cerradas el lunes 23 de febrero. Todas las actividades extracurriculares y deportivas y todos los programas de las escuelas públicas de Boston previstos para la noche del domingo y el lunes quedan cancelados. El municipio de Boston y otros edificios municipales, incluyendo las bibliotecas públicas y los centros de niños y familias, también estarán cerrados el lunes. Servicios en línea seguirán disponibles. La recolección de basura y reciclaje se realizará un día en todos los vecindarios. Y la limpieza nocturna de calles en avenidas principales, arterias y zonas comerciales queda cancelada hasta nuevo aviso. Durante la emergencia de nieve, está prohibido estacionar en los lotes de estacionamientos de las bibliotecas públicas y las escuelas públicas de Boston. Los vehículos estacionados en estos lotes podrán ser remolcados. Los residentes tienen 48 horas después de que termine la emergencia de nieve para usar los protectores de espacio para estacionar, Space Savers. Después de ese tiempo, deben retirarse. Recuerden que los Space Savers no están permitidos en el South End ni en Bay Village. También queremos recordar las responsabilidades para remover la nieve. Los propietarios o dueños de vivienda deben limpiar completamente la nieve, el aguanieve y el hielo de las aceras de las rampas peatonales junto a su propiedad dentro de 3 horas después de que deje de nevar, o dentro de 3 horas después del amanecer si la nevada termina durante la noche. Las rampas deben mantenerse despejadas en todo momento para asegurar el acceso a personas con discapacidades. Si la tormenta continúa por mucho tiempo, los propietarios deben revisar y volver a limpiar cuando sea necesario. La nieve y el hielo de propiedades privadas no pueden empujarse ni tirarse a la calle ni a las aceras. No cumplir con esta regla puede resultar en multas del Departamento de Obras Públicas. Les recomendamos inscribirse para recibir las alertas de Alert Boston por teléfono, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, para mantenerse en información a medida que cambian las condiciones. Boston está acostumbrada a las tormentas de nieve. Ya hemos pasado por esto antes y volveremos a hacerlo juntos, trabajando en coordinación con el Estado, el MBTA y nuestros equipos de limpieza de nieve. Por favor, manténganse seguros, abrigados y ayúdenos dando a nuestros equipos el espacio que necesitan para hacer su trabajo. Muchas gracias. Now I'll pass it on to Superintendent Skipper, who will be followed by Nick Gove, Chief of Streets, our Chief of Emergency Preparedness, Adrian Jordan, Commissioner Michael Cox, EMS Chief Jim Hooley, and then Boston Fire Deputy Chief of Operations Patrick Ellis. We won? Yes!
Congratulations to our men's hockey team. So good morning, and I just want to start by saying thank you to our mayor and to my colleagues here and throughout the city who are going to ensure that we make it through safely this storm and its cleanup. Given that this is another historic, impactful snowstorm, as the mayor indicated, we've made the decision to close Boston Public Schools on Monday, February 23rd, 2026, and that also includes all of our offices, central offices, registration sites, etc. We will also be canceling all extracurriculars, athletic events, and anything affiliated with BPS. We will be communicating all updates, including these, through Parent Square, and I would just ask our parents to please continue to check Parent Square and our social media, as that is where you'll get the most relevant information. I would also ask that anyone that is parked in a BPS parking lot to please have your car out by 6 p.m. tonight. We will commence towing at that time. Really essential that our crews are able to get in there as the storm winds up and get those parking lots cleared. Additionally, our helpline, our BPS helpline, will be in full effect tomorrow, 8:30 to 5 o'clock. That is 617-635-8873. And you can also email at helpline at bostonpublicschools.org. I would love to just thank in advance our custodial staff and our facilities. They did such an incredible job in the last storm, and they're gearing up to once again get our schools prepared as quickly as possible for this one. For our students and our families, please enjoy your snow day and enjoy it safely. And at this time, I'd like to introduce Nick Gove, the Interim Chief of Streets.
Thanks, Superintendent. Thank you, Mayor. So good morning. As the Mayor detailed, we are unfortunately preparing for another significant, potentially historic snowstorm. Storm is forecasted to begin early this evening, but the heaviest accumulation is likely going to be early tomorrow morning and run through potentially late morning, early afternoon. We could see blizzard conditions, snowfall rates of anywhere to 1-2+ inches an hour. Wind gusts up to 60 miles an hour are possible. This is going to create really hazardous travel conditions during the peak of the storm. That's why, for your safety, we're asking that you just give our team space to work and stay off the roads. I can't stress this enough. We have not seen forecasted snowfall rates like this in a long time. Coupled with the blowing and drifting snow, we can lose a road really quickly in these conditions. One vehicle stuck on a hill or a highway ramp can have cascading consequences. You'll hear more about these concerns from our state partners at their 1 p.m. press conference. Our Public Works team has been working long hours over the past month, but we're ready to fight another storm. We have over 900 pieces of equipment available to fight this one. This season has put the logistics of salt to test, but thanks to Jerry Gorman on our Public Works team, as well as our partners at Easton Salt, we have 35,000 tons on the ground, so we're ready for the week. As the mayor mentioned, we've declared a snow emergency and parking ban effective 2 p.m. this afternoon. That means vehicles parked on snow arteries will be ticketed and towed. BTD and BPD teams are out now driving neighborhoods, communicating the ban over loudspeakers. We're going to start towing right at 2 p.m. So please check where your vehicle is parked. Parking in Boston Public Schools lots as well as library lots is also prohibited during the snow emergency. Again, vehicles found double parking, obstructing an intersection, or impeding snow removal in any way will also be removed, and that will continue through the peak of the event and in the days following. You can find a map of streets where parking is banned at boston.gov/snow, along with our list of partner garages where discounted parking is available. Garages will open with the discounted rates starting at noon today. And again, all of this information is available in our winter weather guide, which can be found on the website. Another point on towing, I want to stress we really need your help moving cars for this storm. Last storm, we ticketed and towed a record number of cars from snow emergency routes. We issued over 2,800 violations and towed over 900 vehicles. This slows us down and prevents us from clearing to the curb. So we really ask for everyone's help to find a place to get your vehicle off the street. And again, if this forecast holds and we see the higher end snow totals, we're going to be holding this ban in place until at least Tuesday to allow us more time to do that post-storm cleanup. We ask that you plan accordingly. Trash collection. We are canceling curbside collection of trash and recycling citywide tomorrow. We don't think it's safe to put sanitation packers on the road tomorrow during the peak of the storm. This is not a decision that we take lightly, but given the conditions, this is the choice we've made. So what that means is curbside collection will be delayed by 1 day all week. So if your collection was on Monday, it will be Tuesday. Tuesday, it will be Wednesday. Again, no curbside collection of anything tomorrow. So that'll also include special item collections, food waste, none of that will happen tomorrow. Residents, particularly this week, should visit boston.gov/trash day for the most updated information. It's going to be a struggle for us this week, and we're going to need your help. Following the storm, please put trash in a visible location. Containers and dumpsters have to be accessible so trucks can get at them. So those access and pathways for dumpsters, we really need help clearing those so the trucks can get down and empty those assets. It's going to be a really hard week for our sanitation workers, so we ask that you please do everything you can to make their job easier. Post-storm, again, as the mayor mentioned, property owners are responsible to shovel sidewalks to a 42-inch path of travel. We ask that you clear sidewalks as soon as possible, but we also recognize that that's probably not going to happen until Tuesday morning. We're expecting another clipper system midweek, so it's important to clear snow on Tuesday. The city will issue violations to property owners that don't maintain safe sidewalks or shovel snow into the street. We've issued over 4,300 snow violations this year. So just, we ask for cooperation. Residents will have until 10 a.m. on Tuesday, based on the forecast, to clear sidewalks. That's the standard 3 hours after sunrise. And again, please report any uncleared sidewalks or curb cuts to 311 after 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Space savers are allowed for 48 hours after the end of a declared snow emergency. Again, we gave folks a little bit more time with the last storm, but anything that's still out there needs to come in. We ask that by the end of this week you get those assets off the street. We will be collecting them if you do not remove them. Just a little bit on our approach here. So our focus for the next 36 hours is going to be to keep the 800 miles of roadway open for public safety and emergency vehicles. This includes fire trucks, EMS vehicles, and MBTA buses. Then, working with our partners at BPS, we're going to shift over to Boston Public Schools so that we can reopen the 119 BPS facilities. We'll then move on to MBTA bus routes, obviously getting stuff reopened for our sanitation teams, removing snow from thoroughfares, business districts, transit hubs, as well as crosswalks, curb cuts, and the median crossing that the city is responsible for. To ensure all of this infrastructure is safe, we've identified also several high ridership bike lanes for priority clearing as part of this post-storm snow removal effort. We anticipate snow removal is going to go all week for this and potentially right into the weekend. So people should expect that, you know, we are going to be out overnight. Our snow farms will be up and active, hauling snow and melting as needed. So again, you know, we encourage everybody to visit boston.gov. You'll find many of the resources, including the winter weather guide I mentioned, which is available in 12 languages. But as always, I want to thank our city employees and contractors who will once again have an incredibly long and difficult week. We just can't thank you enough. We respect and appreciate your hard work and dedication to the city, and particularly over the next 36 hours. We just really ask that folks stay off the roads and give them space. It's been a tough winter, and the next few days is going to be a challenge for us and frankly for everyone in the city, but we ask for your continued patience and cooperation while we clean up. Thank you. I'll hand it over to Chief Jordan.
Thank you, Nick. Good morning. And based on Nick's strategic pieces, I'll spare you those pieces in my remarks, just so that we're not being repetitive, but some of those are critically important to what we do. So the city has announced another snow emergency here, second significant snowstorm, what the mayor has also mentioned. Unlike the last system, this storm is expected to bring heavier, wetter snow, which obviously means with dropping winds and rapid dropping temperatures that may lead to dangerous conditions. The one real flag that I have before we get to the other public safety agencies, police, fire, EMS, then they can talk about their operational pieces as we go forward. During the last storm, I understand it was the AFC East championship game. What we noticed was there were significant people, traffic, pedestrians on the streets. The city was in it. We had an influx of fires. I think we had 2 fires come in at approximately about half an hour apart from each other, a lot of displacements. There were a lot of civilians just out and about. We're please asking people to refrain from doing that this time around. If nothing else comes of this, please stay off the roads, give the plows time to work, let the agencies do their jobs. So in order not to be repetitive, I won't. The only other thing I want to ask here today is that people sign up for the alerts. There's a multilingual platform. Go to boston.gov/alerts so you can get multilingual alerts in real time. All right, I wanted to thank you. Thank you to all my partners here for all the hard work that they've done, that we're going to do this weekend, and thank you guys for showing up. Next, Commissioner Cox.
Thank you, Chief. Boston police officers will be available during the storm to answer both 911 calls and emergencies throughout the storm. We want to echo everything that you've heard earlier today, encouraging and actually strongly discouraging people to be on the roads. The visibility will be very poor for both pedestrians to be able to see them and actually cars that are out there in general. We need to keep the roads clear for emergency vehicles and for tows for the plows to actually make the streets safe again. As of 2 p.m. today, Sunday, officers will be out and about in neighborhoods around snow emergency routes to make sure that folks are moving their vehicles off of those routes. You hear announcements from officers beforehand, and then they'll begin ticketing and towing. If you hear that in your neighborhood and you have a car out there, please go make note of where your car is parked. If it's in one of those places, please remove that voluntarily. We really need to get those streets cleared. If you see people on the road, pedestrians in general, that are impacted by obviously the inclement weather, please let us know. Call 911, not 311. And both our officers and the EMS and other services will actually make sure that those folks are safe. Our officers will also be trying to take people who are unsheltered actually to shelter to get them out of the storm throughout the time. So please call 911 if you see something. As always, say something. Again, You know, our officers will be out and about. You know, as what we always say, if you see something, please let us know one way or the other. And we encourage you, I can't strongly encourage you enough to stay off of the roads. It's dangerous for pedestrians, it's dangerous for vehicles. If you are out there for some reason, no matter what vehicle you drive, we ask you to go slow because these conditions are unlike anything we've seen in a while. And so up next will be EMS Chief Hooley. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. Morning, everyone. I think what you get here now is the watchword is going to be patience, pace ourselves, and everyone's working cooperatively together. All the public safety agencies, all the city departments, and especially the residents and the businesses, because this is going to be a bit of a slog for a few days for us to all come through. As with any significant weather event, Boston EMS has taken steps to increase staffing across the neighborhoods throughout the city. And with significant snowfall expected, we'll be maintaining additional units at least through the next few days to ensure that we continue to provide prompt care and response. While our call volume sometimes goes down during the height of storms, the degree of difficulty responding does go up. Every incident takes a little bit longer. Navigating snow-covered streets, assessing homes, safely transporting patients, extricating them, and transporting them increases because of the challenges of the conditions. The safest place to be during the storm is at home, and if you're able to stay off the roads. We all play a key role in keeping our neighborhoods safe during winter weather. During the last big storm, the Public Works did a good job keeping the streets open for us, but sometimes we would be impacted by other cars or trucks getting stuck and blocking streets, and that would take a little bit of rerouting for us to be able to get around. That would slow us down. Heavy snow can make it difficult for our crews to identify and access homes. The best way you can help our EMTs and paramedics is to clear your steps as soon as you can, and also to make any markings, house numbers, or anything else visible so that we can see it. And then, of course, walkways once we do have the chance to do it. Carbon monoxide does remain a concern for us in these type of events. We do worry about not just carbon monoxide that could be in homes, but if power's out, really we worry about people heating homes with gas, ovens, or other things that aren't safe, and that could cause problems with that. More often than not, though, the risk is in people who are in motor vehicles, clearing out snow around cars to make sure that exhaust pipes are clear, that there's good flow of air under the cars. I know the temptation is if you're with somebody, you want them to, hey, sit in the car, stay warm, I'll do it, I'll shovel. You're not doing them a favor, you're potentially exposing them to the risk. Carbon monoxide's odorless, it's colorless, and it can overcome people pretty quickly if it's in high concentration. So please be careful about that and about clearing vents around houses for a lot of modern heating systems do rely on vents on the side of the house versus chimneys. Also, well, shoveling snow can be good exercise. It's know your limits, and particularly now from what we're seeing is it looks like this is going to be more of the heavier and wet variety of snow, not just a big volume. So pace yourself when you're doing it. Back aches and strains are one thing, heart attacks another. So if anybody, first of all, if you do have chronic medical conditions and you think it may be a problem, really see if you can get somebody else to do it for you. Do it for a family member, do it for a neighbor. If you can, hire a kid from the neighborhood who won't be going to school on Monday. And you can also, but if you start to experience any chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness when you do it, stop. If that doesn't immediately go away, then you should really call 911 and let us come out, assess you, and hopefully treat you for that. the last, I think, oh, yeah, and then after the storm, and just once streets do start opening a bit, really, really use caution when you're driving and when you're being a pedestrian out there. Snow banks and plows do a good job getting the streets open, but sometimes you can wind up with some pretty good-sized mounds out there that could obstruct view of people who are shorter in stature, and also people from even seeing cars sometimes. So really, that's where the patience, attention can really prevent some tragedies. So thank you very much. Oh, and it's my pleasure at this time to introduce Chief of Operations at Boston Fire Department, Pat Ellis.
Good afternoon, everyone. Patrick Ellis, Boston Fire. Your Boston Fire Department is equipped and ready to respond to any emergency that comes during this storm, as well as any other time of the year. Through the storm here, the mayor's authorized added staffing and extra equipment to help us. You know, it's very labor intensive to fight a fire or respond to some of our emergencies on a sunny day, never mind when there's a foot of snow on the ground. So the extra staffing is going to help us and help you as residents of the city. So thank you, Mayor Wu. A couple of things you guys can be doing to help us, though, is, you know, as always, make sure your smoke detector and carbon monoxide detectors have batteries and are working. Early detection and early response is a key in our industry. You know, when the elements and the weather is trying to slow us down, then the sooner we know that there's an emergency through detection, the better off we are able to help you and keep us all safe. Chief Woolley mentioned the direct vent on your heating units, water heaters and heat for the house. You might have a foot of snow up on the side of the house right now. You put another foot and you're going to block those vents. We've had tragic consequences from carbon monoxide in the past. So please keep those direct vents clear, okay? And if you do get a carbon monoxide or smoke alarm, don't hesitate to call us. We'll respond as quickly as we can, okay? Hydrants. All right, we talked about, the mayor talked about clearing your sidewalks. If you have a hydrant right around your house, please clear that. Again, if we're using a hydrant, there's something serious going on. And the quicker we can utilize that hydrant, the quicker we can save your property and your lives, you know? So please, shovel out the hydrants as you go. Try not to park on the corners because the snowbanks are pushing us out. Trucks are pretty big. If we can't make it onto your street, it's going to delay us, all right? So please try not to you know, take advantage of parking on a corner because it's snowbanks and where you usually park. You know, we're 250 years old. We've been through this before. We'll get through this together. Thank you.
I'm City Councilor Sharon Durkin, so proud to be here. I'm just here to express my immense gratitude to our city workers, to our public safety professionals, to the mayor and her team for all the preparations it takes to get through this. And I know we have a lot of monikers in Boston, but let's make Boston the kindest city in America. Let's take care of our neighbors, take care of those that are most vulnerable, make sure we get through this. And like you've heard from everyone here today, stay off the roads. It's incredibly important. Our city staff and workers need time, and they need time to get through all of the snow that's going to be coming our way. I know my mom was planning to come into town, so I don't think that's the plan anymore. So thank you Mayor Wu.
Thanks. Any questions?
Yes.
We saw kind of a ton of complaints with this last one, with the streets not being totally clear, especially with the parking. What's the plan this time, like, to kind of get ahead of that? You know, you clear out some of the old remaining snowbanks that are still there from last time? Please.
Yeah, and I'll ask Chief Gove to come up and add a little bit more, but it's been really important to get the feedback, and we've been monitoring every case and every request that has come in. We also have GPS trackers within the plows themselves, so we can know when plows were deployed afterwards to go back and take care of areas. So we've identified where some of those trouble spots were, whether it was a private property that actually should have been shoveled out by that property owner and got a violation, but then didn't end up getting cleared anyway, or something like the MBTA or state partner or another entity, or a city property that was cleared, but then because of the plowing pushing the snow back, ended up needing to have an effort go back out again. So we're using some of that data to help inform where we're just putting extra eyes and attention now. This period from when the parking ban starts at 2 p.m. until when snowfall starts, probably around 8 p.m., is really important for us, because once those cars are off the roads, that'll give us a chance to get ahead of it and really clear in areas that hadn't been able to be cleared because a car was still parked there or because of the snowfall over the last couple weeks. Our crews have been going nonstop for well over a month now, and so I want to echo the huge thanks and appreciation to all of our city workers and our contractors and everyone who's picked up a shovel multiple times over the last couple weeks. It's been quite a snow season so far. We're not through the worst of it yet, but I know everyone's been working really hard, and we're going to do our best to get ahead of it so that we can have as much of a clean plate as possible once this heavy snow starts to come down, and then have the best chance of getting the removal out afterwards.
When it comes to fire hydrants, does Boston Fire ever go out and clear those during the storm, or is it solely a resident's responsibility to clear out fire hydrants? Because some of them are really buried in.
Well, that proves about clearing hydrants all week long, but, you know, again, if we're clearing the hydrant during the emergency, you know, maybe it's something you could have done, or the president could have done, it just speeds things up, you know, fire doubles in intensity every 30 seconds. So we'll have crews out clearing hydrants all week long, you know, but again, speed is kind of key in our job, you know. The fire will double in intensity every 30 seconds. So if we have to take time to shovel out the hydrant when we get there, you know, tonight, tomorrow, it's time wasted, where maybe the resident, if they were clearing their sidewalk, they can take care of that hydrant, you know, beforehand. But we will have crews out all week long shoveling out hydrants in the neighborhoods in downtown.
So really just asking residents to help out with that.
Yeah, for their own safety, for their own good, all right?
Yeah, we just, unlike the last storm, which was a ton of snow that came down fast, but it was light, fluffy, and didn't come with blizzard conditions, this time is going to be, as you heard, winds possibly up to 70 miles an hour, really heavy, wet snow, looking at power outages across the state. This is going to be even more intense. And so every emergency that happens, whether it's a fire, where people then have to be outside, every second that we can get ahead of it with residents out of the goodness of their hearts stepping in to clear a fire hydrant, or people just getting some of that snow out before leaving the intersections clear so the fire trucks don't get delayed, it just is going to matter even more when the conditions outside will be worse. Anyone else? Oh, here. We're holding to, I mean, it all depends on what the timing of the storm is and what cleanup looks like. Obviously, the safety of our students and school communities and educators comes first. Superintendent, what would you add?
I think we're just being in constant contact with the team behind us, with our mayor, with our other city partners. The difficulty is the timing of this particular storm and just how long it will snow for before the true cleanup can start. But every day that we call school is a really serious decision, particularly at this time of year, where we then add on in June. So we'll do everything we can, as I know everybody will, to clean up as quickly as possible, but it needs to be safe for the students to be in school and staff.
And we will, what time should people expect?
See tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
Okay.
morning, tomorrow.
So just please stay tuned, and we'll know by tomorrow afternoon what that next day will look like.
One last thing about space savers. There was a lot of real nastiness. I think that came out in this last one. There was that fight in Dorchester too that made headlines. Could we maybe get a word on kind of being civil out there? You know, not removing people's stuff and also not fighting about it. It seems like really evolved after the last one.
Yeah, I know it's a stressful time in the world in general, and one storm after another and everything that's happening. We just need everyone to take a breath, remember to stay calm and stay safe, and particularly when it comes to space savers, we will be enforcing sooner than we have, because we've heard from neighborhoods, people are asking us to come out and take space savers, because you can't, no one wants to be the person to start to do that on your street for fear of causing a neighborhood dispute. It is our responsibility as a city to help do that, and we will enforce that rule. So they're allowed for a short period afterwards, but it really is not something that we can see going on longer than that, and the city will be coming out to help clear those out. But just take a breath. Remember that spring is right around the corner, and everyone is in this together. We need everyone to do their part, but please take care of your neighbors and reach out to the city if we can support at all. Our neighborhood liaisons are going to be out in every single neighborhood as well. They'll be coordinating some of the volunteer shoveling events as well. If you want to get involved, if you want to know what the key areas are that tend to be trouble spots or tend to need extra support, we'll be communicating some of that and also updating everyone as we go night after night what snow removal looks like and what areas of the city are needing some extra work. Anyone else? Back? Y'all are good? Okay. Thank you so much. See you on the other side.